Okay, hi everybody. I hope you're all having a good time over the last 2 days. It's the final hurrah here in the backyard, and I'm here with Gillian Morgan from Seafood or Fine Foods,
Morgan's Fine Fish. Morgan's
Fine
Fine
Fish, for the last panel today. Proudly sponsored by Bank of Ireland, the backyard at Bloss. So it's been great to see all the food producers coming in and hearing lots of wins and gold, silver, bronze, but all of you are finalists, so it's been such a great pleasure to meet you all and to experience this today and with you. So, Gillian, Morgan's Fine Fish, you're an award-winning family-run business for over 160 years, and you're sourcing and supplying quality seafood in Ireland.
That's right. I think I'm the fifth generation of the business at this stage, so we've gone a wee while.
Wow, and you're here today to talk to us about the mentoring that you took part in that Bloss provides as part of the winning, that is proudly supported by Taste for Success Skin at Ireland.
Yeah.
So your experience of that, the mentoring program that we offer in Bloss can be anything from branding, new product development, PR, social media.
Yeah, strategy, all of that.
Yeah.
I first got involved in 2019 where we were finalists and we actually won the Seafood Innovation Award that year. And I became aware only then of really the support that was available to producers, and not just as a winner, but actually just as a finalist, that there's great supports available to the finalists through SkillNet. They've got all sorts of mentoring programs available. And the mentoring program, like when I started, I didn't really know what was going to be involved in it, but through the emails coming through from Fallon and Archie to tell us what was available. There was a mentoring session available. It started actually off with yourself, Vivian. It was on PR, and it was an online session. And you give, I think it was over 2 days, and you give some great tips and advice. And like we didn't have a marketing budget at that stage at all. We'd really nothing. So I was like, well, what can I learn here on the cheap? But it turned into a great session because I got loads of tips from yourself, and then I was granted some mentoring sessions with yourself one-on-one, and that was great. You gave me some great advice, and that expanded then through Taste for Success as well.
And what was happening at that stage? So when you contacted me, there was a certain, for you, what brought you to the place where you were thinking, I need some support here, or what was your thought process
We
there?
were into our first foray really of our own branded goods. We were developing a range of ready-to-cook seafood meals, and which is very new for us. We'd always really done, business to business. We hadn't had any of our own branded products really at all, apart from in our own shop. And it was a completely new venture for us, and I had a lot to learn. And as I said, I didn't have much of a marketing budget, but I knew that there was some consumers interested in it. So it was, we got great support then and training on the whole marketing side of it.
Yeah, because it's a family business. It's a small enough team, isn't it? Or
well, we've got it's small enough team. We've got now actually we've a lot of people in the factory. We employ up to 80 people. So we'd be by far the biggest supplier or biggest employer on the Cooley Peninsula, but. We still didn't have the knowledge of the marketing,
team for marketing, yes.
So that was so new. So we didn't have that in-house knowledge.
That team,
And it was great to be able to get the support and learn so much.
Because you're the sales
I'm the
manager,
sales
so
manager
you're juggling all of that.
Yeah. When I started a few years ago, I just came in part-time to do a bit of NPD work, and sure, it's grown from there.
Okay, and you heard about it then. As you said,
I heard about it through the emails from Blasnaherin, and realised that support was available, and then we developed those meals, and sure, I think another part of the Blasnaherin is, I suppose, the sense of community that it brings, and the collaboration and the networking, because that's the conversations, and especially this year taking place in person. There's been fantastic conversations with people all over the last few days, but as well, I think it gives you the resilience as well. Like I mean, as it happened, that we had launched the range of meals, and that was the 2020 we had launched, and sure then it was lovely launch, everything was looking great. And then the second lockdown came and we couldn't do the in-store tastings and people weren't getting to know about them. So we had to actually press pause on that.
Yeah.
And that was a bit of a, that definitely that was a knock to my confidence. But since then, again, last year through the Glass na HÉireann, I took advantage of more mentoring programs.
Yeah. So through the second one,
through the second one,
so 2021. Now you've gone through the first one with
Yeah.
myself. It was great, the 3 sessions that we had.
Great learnings from that.
And that was good to know then that there was this support here. It's not just a piece of glass. And that's something really important to note, that for a producer here, everyone here in the room who's a food producer, there's those supports are there with Glass na HÉireann, and it's through Taste for Success Skillnet Ireland that they're available.
Yeah.
And it's free mentorship with all the
and the support you get is amazing. I mean, I didn't know what to expect when I went into it yourself.
So a
lot of you hear a lot of these, consultants and all, they'll give you a bit of advice, but it's really, it's nearly a box ticking exercise. With Glass na HÉireann and Taste for Success, everybody involved is so passionate, and they're really, rooting for the producers, and the support that gives and the confidence that gives too is just amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said that about the consultants. Normally when it's consultants, it's a tick boxing exercise. Now I'm a consultant, but the difference being I mentor. So a mentor versus a consultant. And Una was speaking
so
about that yesterday. Yeah, she mentioned, sometimes, you can be a therapist almost when you're on the phone with a mentor.
Absolutely, yeah. Because last year I took up the mentorship sessions that were available with Brian McDermott, and oh my goodness, as you say, talk about ringing a therapist. You ring Brian, you've got a problem, and you're all stressed, and it's like, oh my God. And it's like he's so soothing and easing and takes you through it. And at the end of it, you realise, this is a problem maybe that everybody has, and the fact that you can talk about it and there will be a solution. Somebody will know the solution. It's actually not nearly as big as you thought it was going to be in the first place.
And I understand you spoke about it earlier today, and Brian mentioned it in his panel. Something big is coming down the line.
Yeah.
And I suppose before we mention that, talk us through how that came about. So you pick up the phone, you get in touch with Fallon, you find out there's all these different mentors available. So with Brian, how did that come about, and what happened? How does it work?
It started really the backyard presentations last year that were done over Zoom. Each of the buyers from the different multiples, the different bigger retailers, they came and they gave a presentation, said, look, this is what we're looking for, this is what we do. And like Derek Gallagher came on from Done Simply Better, he said, look, this is what we have, and this is what we would like, this is what we want from producers. So it was great to have that knowledge, because we deal with large retailers, but we hadn't done like this. And again, I was still going on the NPD, because that's my passion, is the new product and the real, the quality seafood, and making that accessible to people that might necessarily not know how to produce these dishes, or at home. Fish can be a little bit daunting for people to cook, so I really want to bring that into people's homes and have really good quality seafood meals. So that was the one I was really passionate about. And then Brian gave his presentation, and that was on new product development and what he could do and what he was looking for suppliers. So it's like, oh my God, this sounds like a great fit. Yeah. So I'd love to do the mentoring sessions with Brian. So we set them up, and I think it was over Zoom. Sure, at that stage there was still no in-person things happening at all. And we had a conversation. I started telling him about, this is where I'd like to go and what I'd like to do. And he was like, okay, well, look, let's work on this. Let's talk about how you're actually going to bring this to reality. And it was great to have that, because, my dream, what I wanted, I didn't know how to get there. So it was, the knowledge that he gave me was fantastic. And then, as it happened, not that long later, then he started with Done Simply Better and joined their team.
Fortuitous.
Yes, absolutely. It worked really well. And as a result of that and the mentorship program, we're actually now launching at the end of November the first products with Simply Better, and we've got a range of products starting over the next few months. So just it's beyond my wildest dreams. I'd never believed that I could actually come this far and do so much with them. So
and I believe
really
it's another
excited.
producer you're collaborating with.
We're collaborating with a few different producers. Alistair from Corndale Farm, we're collaborating with him. Boxty House, we're getting something from them. Vo Foods, we're getting something from them. You know, there's a range of different producers around the country, so it's brilliant. And like smaller producers like Alistair, the fact what's brilliant about Done Simply Better is the collaboration, and they're really promoting the producers as well.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you know, it's bringing everybody along and everybody's growing at the same time. So it's fantastic.
So it was a real fit for you then when you
it was
saw
such
the
an amazing
panels.
fit.
Yeah, they gave you and that you say MPD is that's your passion.
That's my
what
passion.
You here.
Yeah.
So to bring it to life, I suppose for many of you here who are producers and you're small producers, the budget for marketing and PR and social media, all of that, it's you need quite a bit.
You do, but at the same time, you can, you know, there are ways and means. I mean, I was listening to the first talk yesterday morning, I think it was, and you were saying about, you know, how photography is so important. And I remember when I spoke to you first, being really daunted about that, like going, like, you know, how I don't have a big budget for photography, but I found a lady that does food photography courses. And I went and did a one-day food photography course, and it was just amazing. So, like, I can do all of that now. And okay, I'm not an expert photographer or anything like that, and I use a phone. But you know what? You can get really good photographs, and you don't have to have a big budget for it.
Yes.
So it's that, you know.
And being clever, also, if you
it's
do
it's
have
the
a
working
budget,
away, working around these things. Is, you know, there is a way.
Yeah, that you know. So it's educating yourself. You know what kind of shots to get, and if you're briefing a photographer, you don't waste that money not getting the shots that you want, because now you know how to brief them, because you've gone through either your own course or the mentoring sessions with Bloss. And there's other ones, I'm sure. I don't know if you've your eye on any other ones.
You know, I'm actually really looking forward to having to the present to speaking to Sharon actually this year, you know, about the social media, because that's, I think, you know, we really need to get that going. So looking forward to that one. And I mean, sure, Annie Dunn has got amazing contacts and knowledge for.
She's hiding down the back, but she does. So so I suppose for everyone here in the room, what would be your learnings, your advice, or I mean, you've gone through a lot there, but
I think one of the main learnings is have a look, see what's available, and see what's right for you in your business at this moment, or where you're looking to go. And you know, they've such a range of supports through the Blas na HÉireann and the Taste for Success, that there'll be something to help you no matter where you are. If you're, you know, if you're starting out, or if you're becoming more established, you know, there's reach out, and the collaboration that's there is just fantastic, and it's just, as I say, it's transformed what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're not on your own.
You're not on your own.
Yeah,
you know,
it's important.
And it's that feeling of there's somebody backing you, you know, that gives you the confidence to maybe do more that you might have originally thought you were going to be able to do.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So. I was thinking there, you said to me earlier, just before we came on, you were mentioning, I asked how you got on yesterday, and, you know, we talked about the fact that you'd won in 2019 and 2021 the Seafood Innovation Award, and interestingly, you said about tomorrow.
We didn't pick up an award this year, but you know what? That's fine, because just becoming a finalist, just being here, you get access to all of those supports. You don't need to win in your category.
Yeah,
you know, you still have. You get to meet. I mean, the conversations, as I said, that we've had, it's just fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm really happy to hear. I hope it goes really well.
I'm really excited.
So November,
about
what's the date? Do you have the date?
We
yet?
don't have an exact date, but end of November. And
so you'll have to let us know through your social media. Sharon will probably
We
help
will
you out
indeed, and keep an eye out on the Done Simply Better Christmas brochure.
Oh, brilliant.
So look, that's really exciting.
I don't know if anyone has any questions for Gillian.
I wonder now, Bridie, would you like to say something as Taste for Success? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but you're here, and perhaps you'd like to just to say a few words about it. You might go up onto the stage there.
Sorry about this, Gillian.
No, you're very welcome.
Bridie.
Bridie, on many occasions I've called my fairy godmother.
Well, look, thank you for that. So Taste for Success SkillNet, we are focused on the food, beverage, seafood, agri-food sector. And what we do is, in conjunction with Artie and Fallon, the team here at Blas na HÉireann, we help to fund the Backyard series and also the mentoring programs, the upskilling and training, also for individual companies. So, you know, apart from the mentoring that you've had through Blas and that, we would also work with Gillian on other things that she may need help for. So that's, our funding comes through the National Training Fund, and there's 72 skill networks around Ireland, all doing different things, but my particular one is focused purely on the food sector. So if anybody does want to have a quick chat later about anything we can do to help, by all means, but I'll better hand it back to you. Thanks, Gillian,
Yeah,
for
well,
all your kind
I'd
words
like to
too.
say a
Thanks a
special
million.
thanks to Bridie, because I mean it's through her passion for producers that she's so passionate about, you know, about helping producers
Yeah.
learn and, you know, really developing them. And I've learned so much in the last couple of years through the training that you provide. So thank you.
Yeah, and I believe, Bridie, it's how many 700 businesses you've helped now? Yes, it's
Oh, yes.
phenomenal amount of businesses that
Yeah.
you're supporting, mind you.
Yeah. So really, we work with right from the large sort of multinational Indigenous Irish companies, right down to artisan producers. So, you know, there's nothing that we won't look at or aim to help you out with. So, absolutely, and it's a great sector to be involved in as well. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a very
Brilliant,
exciting time.
thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
Helena has a question, so.
Hi, I'm Helena from Skinnerdock, West Cork. It's great listening to what you have said, and maybe we haven't taken on anything really with you because we're always too busy working and we can't see beyond work. So maybe I might have a chat with you later.
Ah, brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, I come from a family pub business. As a kid, we grew up. So I grew up knowing, you know, my parents were juggling insurance costs, staffing issues, getting bums on seats, you know, all that stress that comes with running a business. You're juggling so many things. So, you know, I'd say to my dad, you need to think about PR. You know, he's looking at me going, I'm up to here with stress. So I think it's important we understand that for business owners, and the panellists understand how busy you are. So whether you want to meet in person or through Zoom or a telephone call, that can be done. But we really do understand the other pressures that are at play here. But it is very important to have a strategy in
Yeah,
place.
it is.
for
And
your
actually, you know,
business.
as you say, we're all running around, we're juggling, we're doing so many things, but it's so important to take that time and create that space where you can work on the business as well as just working in it on the day to day. As I say, it certainly has worked for us.
Said. Thanks, Lena. And well done yesterday.
Congratulations.
I think, Archie, would you like to
We might get Artie to
say a few words? to
officially close
those-
the backyard.
I'm kind of sad.
Shut that door. It's all the older people in the room who got that joke. So, yeah, it's day 26 in a row. So I'm flagging a little bit. But I'd like to thank you all, and I'd like to thank, the Bank of Ireland for continually supporting us. It's their support that allows us to do this. And to Bridie for the support we get in educating. And the reason that BLAS tries to help producers through education is that, as some of you might know, I was a producer. If you want to know how to shut down a food company, I'm an expert. So the mentoring program, the backyard talks, all of those are very important. We're going to continue that. We're going to try and make it bigger. I'll talk to Bridie in a minute because I've just come up with another idea for a mentor. So to all of you, congratulations. As I said yesterday, to reach the final is an achievement. To go any higher than that. I've heard great stories this morning from producers who've shook hands. They're now going into larger deals, you know, so it's a place to grow, and BLAS is a family. And it's about you guys, co-opetition, not competition. So once again, Vivian, Gillian, to the guys on the sound desk, to everybody here, thank you.
Thank you.